Hi everyone, it's Eric again, Oz Campground's very own meteorologist, and this weekend's going to be fun. It is the Fantasy Fetish Ball Weekend, so whatever your fetish might be, maybe it's devil, maybe it's superhero, maybe it's daddy, maybe it's some version of BDSM wear, whatever it is, we are going to celebrate, embrace it, and show it off this weekend. So let's get on with some of the headlines for this Fantasy Fetish Ball Weekend. So your devils, your BDSM, your drag, be creative and show it off. It is going to be mostly a dry weekend. We got just some isolated showers that will be around this part of Georgia. And actually, as the weekend goes on, the weather should get better. So Friday's kind of the day where there's the highest chance. Saturday's a little bit lower, and Sunday should be completely dry. Ay, ay, ay. 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone, it's Eric again, exclusive meteorologist for Oz Campground, and this weekend is going to be a blast. It is the Fantasy Fetish Ball Weekend. What do I mean by that? Well, whatever your fetish or fantasy is, we are going to celebrate it. You're going to wear it. You're going to be creative. That may include devils, BDSM gear, drag, maybe it's superheroes, some sort of cosplay, pups, whatever it might be. Be creative, show it off, embrace it. And let's have a really good time. It is going to be mostly dry this entire weekend. We've got some isolated showers, I think, Friday, and then there's a lesser chance on Saturday and an even lesser chance on Sunday. So the weather for the weekend actually gets better as the weekend goes on, but the main event is going to be on Saturday. Now for that event schedule, let's take a look at what's going on here at Oz Campground. Well, if you are here early on Friday, it should be some pretty decent weather to hang out by the pool. Can't rule out a couple of passing showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon, but you can always duck in over by the pool bar and have a drink and let that shower thunderstorm pass. Now, the bar opens at 8 o'clock. We'll be hanging out at the bar right then and there. Temperature settling into the mid-70s with scattered clouds at that point. Saturday afternoon, we'll be relaxing by the pool. Of course, all talking about what you're going to wear for the big Fantasy Fetish Ball. Temperatures settling, or rather rising into the low 80s and then settling back into the 70s as the evening goes on. By 8 o'clock, when the bar opens again on Saturday evening and we get the Fantasy Fetish Ball going, temperatures will be in the mid-70s, and we do expect a couple of scattered clouds. Now, I fully expect to see some awesome pictures and see your ultimate creativity being shown here on Saturday evening. Now let's take a look at the weather story, and there is a front here early in the weekend with an area of low pressure along that front that's kind of slowing things down. We've talked about fronts in this part of the country. I mean, it's probably been since the middle of summer. That's why we've had those ongoing threats for showers and thunderstorms and some cooler weather at times. Well, this area of low pressure is a little bit out to sea, so the threat for showers and storms is a little bit greater out there towards Savannah and getting into the Carolinas, but I can't rule out one or two here Friday. I think the chance a little bit lower on Saturday and even lower on Sunday. This thing is, of course, going to become stationary like they all have this season, and there's a couple of tropical systems out there in the Atlantic that will be out there through the weekend. But with that front there, it kind of closes the door on any of that coming into the southeast. So that's kind of the positive spin on all of this. Let's get on with the forecast. A couple of scattered showers and storms possible here in the southeast throughout the state of Georgia and into South Carolina. Again, any shower or storm, yeah, it'll produce a downpour, but it won't last very long. It's certainly not going to rain all day. Then moving ahead to Saturday, I think all of that shifts east. Columbia, Savannah, out toward Jacksonville will be dry here at Oz and Unadilla, Georgia, with temperatures in the low 80s, low to mid 80s on Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds. Again, your shower and thunderstorm threat out here, South Carolina down through southeastern Georgia, Savannah and into Jacksonville, Florida. Here's the extended forecast. It looks pretty good here in the extended. Temperatures getting back into the upper 80s early next week. So if you're sticking around for an extra day or two, should be some pretty good pool weather for you as well. So get your costumes ready, get that brain going, be creative, and enjoy this weekend's Fantasy Fetish Ball here at Oz Campground.